Jazzcast Pros.
Prices on a wide range of items we use every day are steadily going up, and that includes housing, which is often a large piece of our budget. Housing costs are rising, and you're looking for options on how to cut costs. One option is looking into a co-living lifestyle. What is that exactly? Getting a roommate. Yes, I know you're saying, wait, that means getting rid of all my stuff. Well, some of it, but not all. So in today's episode, I'm going to guide you on what to do with your things as you consider sharing a space with someone else. Welcome to the Declutter Empress Radio podcast, a podcast to help you create a functional space wherever you roam. I am your host, Derria, and today we will discuss how to make your home your oasis. Everyone is looking to save costs today, and one of our largest expenses is housing. So how can we manage to save money while everything, including housing, is becoming more expensive? There is an option: co-living, getting a roommate. I know a lot of us aren't college kids anymore, but imagine for a minute of hitting your financial goals faster or essentially simplifying your life. Co-living is becoming increasingly popular among adults. For the sake of this episode, I want to distinguish between two different definitions of co-living that often get conflated. One definition states that co-living is used in terms of having a roommate to split the cost of rent. The other is having a separate bedroom while sharing a common area like a kitchen, a living room, or a recreational area. With that being said, I'm going to share what to do with your things so you can live in harmony with your roommate and your space while not giving up everything in either situation. To begin with, work backwards to move all the things you would take with you into one room right now. The purpose of this is for you to see all your possessions in one place before you move in with your roommate. According to the PBS TV show This Old House, the average size of a one-bedroom in the U.S. is 200 to 400 square feet. So you'll have to be flexible with this process. I know you're saying, am I hearing that right? One room? Yes, because remember that you are sharing a space now, so some accommodation would have to be made without sacrificing everything you own. So let's say you have a 6-month to 1-year runway to get a roommate. Now, if you have less time than this, you will have to accelerate this process. What you're going to do is start with one room at a time. Since you will be sharing a space with someone else, you will want to determine how you spend your time in common areas like the living room. Is there anything that you haven't presently been using in the living room within the last year? Let's review some items that can be donated or tossed. And I want you to keep in mind that this is not an exhaustive list. Let's take outdated books that you haven't referenced in a while. How about donating those items? Old electronic items like that DVD player you haven't played in a minute. Excess knickknacks or decorations that no longer reflect your personality, or even pictures, artwork that you don't love. And finally, if you're a professional hobbyist, are there any unfinished projects or craft supplies lying around that can be laid to rest or given away? An answer to these questions will help you to determine what to bring with you and what to get rid of. After working backwards, you'll want to get rid of bulky furniture. If you work from home and have a large desk in the corner, consider getting a collapsible tray table or a smaller desk. However, if you need a larger desk, consider the position where this would go in your bedroom. Perhaps it could go against the wall next to your bed with a mini divider like a small clothing rack, a curtain, or a partition. Now that bulky chest or dresser in that bedroom can also be swapped for a cubed shelf with open or closed bins. As far as a bed goes, if you often sleep on one side of the bed, you can opt for a twin XL mattress, a futon, or a daybed. On the other hand, if you're a wild sleeper and need more room, go down to a full size, But if you insist on that queen, go for it. Being honest about how comfortable you want to feel will help determine the right mattress size for you. This way, you won't feel slighted by the sacrifices you're making. Also, remember that this is not a permanent life decision. Your living arrangements will change over time as your circumstances change. Now, to get rid of these bulky items, there are several ways you can do this. Consider hiring a junk removal service. You can also rent a dumpster. For these types of items that may not be suitable for donation or for sale, you can consider this option too. Also, check in with your city or town services because oftentimes they will have free city bulk trash pickup services for removal. And lastly, you can also sell these items online using an online platform. And you could do this, I would advise maybe closer to your moving date so that the person can just come and pick up the items and then you're done. And finally, you want to set clear boundaries with your roommate. Have an open and honest conversation about basic items that you both will need to access in the common areas. This will prevent arguments and major disagreements in the future. For example, in the kitchen, what are some things that you both need access to? And what's off limits? Are you both in agreement with sharing things like a blender, pots and pans, coffee maker, eating utensils? In the living room, would you both feel comfortable on a sofa or a futon? You can also decide on shared entertainment, like will we have streaming TV services, speaker sets, end tables, or even tables and chairs for the dining room if you're equipped with one. And don't forget that you can slice a little piece of oasis for yourselves. Have that special blanket rolled up in a nice ottoman that also doubles as storage. Remember, design follows utility. Portability is key here. And keep in mind that you want this space to be as comfortable as possible for the both of you. So compromise is inevitable with sacrificing some things without getting rid of everything. So to recap, I want to give you 3 action steps that you can perform right now as you prepare for your co-living space. Action 1, work backwards. Place everything in one room so you can see exactly what you own. This way, you will know what you want your space to look and feel like. Do you really need all of these things? How are you feeling right now with all of your items in one room? It's much better to do this now than to wait to get in the co-living space and be thoroughly overwhelmed and then end up getting rid of everything that you really need to keep. This will be a guide for you to make the best decisions about what to keep and what to let go of. Action 2, declutter and downsize. Before moving in, you also want to reduce the number of bulky items that you have. These items will take up so much space, and you want to make sure that you have the most efficient items that you need to make this space work. Action 3, set clear boundaries. Make sure that you're open to setting clear expectations with your roommate so that this will also help to guide in establishing boundaries regarding the shared spaces, as well as how you both interact with one another and the expectations, because this is a crucial part of making a co-living arrangement work. Oh, and a bonus tip. You will want to have a conversation with your roommate about quiet hours. I think this is a fair conversation to have to avoid conflicts later. You want a calm and peaceful space as much as possible. And if you both have the conversation, you can avoid so many disputes because you'll already have the expectations set. That mental clarity and focus will be there for the both of you. There doesn't have to be any hard and fast rules, but I think clear communications are to be expected to create and promote a peaceful space. If you've recently moved in with a friend or roommate, I want to hear about how you made this process work or challenges you're working through. Put it in the comments. And until next time, take good care of yourself and live clutter-free. Talk with you soon. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend, a family member, or anyone who you think would benefit from listening to this podcast.